From the far reaches of the Milky Way galaxy, it's Retro Nerd Girl with a film review for you. Today, I'll be reviewing the movie A Diva's Christmas Carol, released in 2000, starring Vanessa Williams, Rosanda Chili Thomas, John Taylor, Kathy Griffin, and Brian McNamara. The synopsis is: a diva pop singer, Ebony Scrooge, gets a visit by spirits and ghosts to change her Ebenezer ways. The story. This movie is one of many adaptations of the Charles Dickens classic book, A Christmas Carol, and it's made for TV and aired in December 13, 2000 on VH1. They must have played it a million times that December because I remember watching it over and over again. Later, in 2002, Paramount Pictures released the film on DVD. What I love about this version of the story is the changes that were made, but keeping the heart of the story the same. Some people rumored that at the time, the story was an exaggerated parody of a famous songstress, Diana Ross. The backstory of Ebony with a Dreamgirls-esque side story, another inspired story about Diana Ross and her time with the girl group, The Supremes. The film also included a few timestamps for the era, such as the wonderful VH1 TV show Behind the Music, also produced by VH1, and Where Are They Now? All shows that were popular in the late 1990s and the early 2000s. The pacing. The movie is actually about an hour and 20 minutes. It moves really fast and it hits all of the notes to tell the story in a very short period of time. The challenge. The main challenge in this story is Ebony Scrooge. It's strange to have the hero in the movie and the villain be the same exact person. There is no doubt that she is a highly negative force in the beginning of the film. She's obnoxious, she's stingy, she's spoiled, demanding, and extremely selfish. She's impossible to please, and everyone around her is at their wits' end trying to please her. Unfortunately for Ebony, the reason why she hates Christmas is because she had so very many bad experiences on them. And there's a lot of people out there like that in the real world. At the heart of it, one of the Christmases that she experienced, she and her brother were separated, and we discovered that she is a direct reflection of her father's abuse and lack of affection towards her. And it's one of the most touching scenes that actually made me cry in the film. Now, Ebony believes that family is an accident at birth. In fact, that's a direct quote from her. And all the people in her life, they're for her to abuse, just like her father did. It's a sad, but also a very interesting deviation from Dickens's original work. She has made her fame being in a girl group previously and has made herself an established solo career. This Christmas, she thinks it's a perfect time for her to push her album sales. She and her shisty accountant Ernie arranged to cash in on Christmas by hosting a concert for charity and actually using the money as a tax write-off. But Ernie has a double cross. He's swindling her out of a lot of money. Now, the empathy. Ebony is the protagonist here, but we don't empathize with her. Who we empathize with is Bob Cratchit, who has worked as Ebony's tour manager for 13 years. And he's her right-hand man who actually enables her in many ways. He is more vocal than usual depictions of Cratchit, but that is only because his character is a conglomeration of the two Dickens characters, Bob Cratchit and Ebenezer's fiancee, Belle. You see, Bob used to be Ebony's boyfriend before she left him for her career. He is far away from home, which is Cleveland, where his wife and his sickly son wait for him to come home for Christmas. And they don't really know if this could be their last Christmas together because their son Tim is so sick. And of course, Tim is just, the typical Tim character in any of these adaptations. There isn't a lot of time spent on his character, but he is the fuel that Bob uses to stand up to Ebony, at least for this one time during Christmas. Now, tragically, Ebony's brother died, but her only family is his daughter Olivia, which she could care less. Remember, Ebony thinks that family is an accident at birth. So every time she sees Olivia, she's like, "Do you need money?" She doesn't understand that Olivia just wants to have a relationship with her aunt in honor of the memory of her father. And also, I think she really wants to let Ebony know that she's not alone in the world. She's such a sweet character. You really you really feel for Olivia, and you really want Ebony to open her eyes and see what a great girl she is. The technical aspects. Technically, the movie's okay for 2000. It's got a small amount of CG that was not great, but no worse than some of the other low-budget films that you would see probably even today. They cut a lot of corners by not showing a lot of the special effect moments, which is cool. Like, you don't show the effect, show the reaction. A very smart way to do that. And the production, you can tell, didn't have a whole lot of money, but they did what they could with what they had, and it didn't get in the way of the story. I really enjoyed the score for this movie. It starts out very plucky and fun, and then turns very kind of Danny Elfman-esque by the end. Very cool. Loved it. And I loved all the music surrounding the soundtrack. Vanessa Williams was a very accomplished singer and sang many of the songs in the movie soundtrack, including original songs like The Heart of Christmas and Heartquake featuring Rosanda Chili Thomas. Vanessa also sings a remake of the 1948 holiday classic Sleigh Ride. Now, these songs really make the movie special to me, and they work. The performances were really good. VH1 put together this special with 3 well-known music industry figures as actors, and they all did well. Vanessa Williams was great as Ebony Scrooge. Before this movie, Vanessa was known for being a sweetie, and so no one expected this performance from her. Kathy Griffin plays the hilarious Ghost of Christmas Past, and I just love her execution and timing of her lines in this movie. She's absolutely wonderful, just a chuckle. And for this lighthearted TV movie, Brian McNamara plays Bob Cratchit and really brings some heavy-duty gravity to the movie. His performance is the glue that helps to keep this film down to earth. It could have really flown off the coop, but I think the way he plays his part, you can see the conflict in him. It was wonderfully done. Now, the best part of the film, I loved the visit to the 1988 concert with the girl group Desire performing Heartquake and Sleigh Rides. I also really love the part when Ebony is ordering room service from her hotel room. It's incredibly hilarious, and I couldn't agree with her more. She like flips out because her salad with spinach has sand in it. Oh, that drives me crazy too, but I don't think I would have been as mean as she was as a response. I really enjoyed Ebony's transformation into the new improved Ebony after her time with the ghosts of Christmas future. You really feel the magnitude of Ebony's ways coming full circle, and you also see how serious she's taking it. Now the ending. I just love the ending. It's the traditional Dickens ending, but this one ends with that charity benefit and a few more really sweet surprises that I didn't even expect. And the end credits were pretty cool too. Just a nice little bonus footage of that old music video from the girl group The Desire. My enjoyment. I have to say, I just love this corny little movie. It's really funny to me, and I enjoyed the twists of the old classic done with music and adorable characters. In fact, I kind of have a soft spot for A Christmas Carol adapted in any way. There's just something about the story of A Christmas Carol that I just love. I enjoy the idea of the mean character transforming into the nice person, and I haven't seen an adaptation of it that I didn't like, actually. I just love that beautiful story of transformation. I just chuckle so much when I see this movie, and I like the fact that it's made for the whole family. I mean, that could be a little sterile if done too extreme, but in this case, it's just right. My rating is an 8. That sums up my review. I hoped you liked it. This is Retro Nerd Girl signing off. Take care, movie lovers. I'm off to my next review.